Okay, so I started a little bit early today. It is actually 9 minutes early. My apologies to the none of you that were actually hanging on every word. However, today, we have a special question. So I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of time to be able to actually answer this question because this was from the authority forums, but it's one that I have gotten a couple of times, multiple times, I should say. And, I'm guessing that other people have a similar question. So the question goes, how do I make a paid and free online course that looks pretty? Okay, and this is with Rainmaker platform. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to stop saying okay every other word. I promise. I'm working on it. So, and there's another one, huh? So every other word, it just drives me batty, especially when I do the written transcripts. It's just like, are you kidding me? Stop saying so. Oh, did it again. What we're going to do is walk through. Now, we're going to walk through the process, but let's be very clear. If the young lady, Ellen, who asked this in the authority forums, watches this, I want to be real clear, Ellen. Pretty is super subjective. So I am not a taste maker. I have never been accused of being pretty. So understand that you're obviously, my view of pretty and your view of pretty are probably different, right? Especially when it comes to a website. I mean, give me a break. So what I want to do is show you how to get up and running as fast as possible, because you can make all the pretty improvements that you want over time. But we want to make sure that you start out initially with everything that you need in order to sell your free, because it really is. Even if they only give their information, you are still literally, in my view, selling your free course and you're selling your paid course. So you have both, right? And you wanted to be able to have the two and have them look pretty. So let me see if I'm not sure which of the designs that you're using. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to start walking you through what I do. And I want to be real clear. This is a stock reseller, or I'm sorry, a stock Rainmaker installation. Like, I'm starting with just the stock installation. And I'm doing that for a very specific reason. One thing that I found was when I stopped complaining, and I'm not saying that anyone or that you're complaining at all, Ellen. What I'm saying, though, is because I complained when, I was like, oh, I had WordPress and I could do everything, and now I can't do anything. And that lasted for about the first 4 or 5 minutes. Because then once I got in and started playing with Rainmaker, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And it was just the first part. Like, they didn't even have the landing page builder put in yet. So when I first, because I was their first customer as far as Rainmaker. So I'm starting with a stock, and I'm doing that for a reason, because you have everything that you need in front of you. What you are trying to do largely is you're getting stuck in the design phase. And I totally get that. And I'm not saying that you want to have anything look bad or look ugly. But what I am saying is I got stuck in the design phase for years on, I was using, everything. As far as, I used Headway themes. I bought way back in the day, I bought the all themes pack from Studio Press, which was fantastic deal. And and then every time they gave a new one came out, I got access to it. So my point being, I tried all kinds of designs. I'm still notorious for, well, I guess people would have to know for me to be notorious for it, but I change the design on my site all the time, because if a new design, Genesis design comes out, I'll largely, if I have the money, I'm going to buy it. So, and if it's free, I'm going to download it. And I like to see what people do and how they do it. No one does it the same way that I would, and I'll probably end up creating some Genesis child themes for Rainmaker at some point, because there's some tools that aren't being used by the majority of the Genesis developers out there. And that's not to say right, wrong, or better or worse or nothing like that. It was just when I had to really research Genesis in order to start building child themes that I was going to sell. Well, it dawned on me that I should be doing something different. So now the themes will come. Okay, this was completely off base. I apologize. I got down a rabbit hole. So we are back to the actual point, which I don't know. I got down that rabbit hole. And I've extricated myself from said rabbit hole, and we are going to walk through how to make a paid and free online course. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And I promise to try and keep it on topic. Try being the operative word. Okay, so here is the question. And this was from Ellen. This is in the Authority forums or Rainmaker strategy forum, excuse me. So, and she asked, or she basically plead, that what she's looking for is to get going, right? And she has two things that she's trying to, well, really kind of three. Two things, though, as far as she wants a paid and she wants a free course. And then on top of that, she wants it to look pretty, right? So she wants the website homepage and have it look pretty, my launch funnel, and then my online course paid and free. Now, I'm not sure, I'm not privy to exactly how she builds her launch funnel. So this could be completely off base, but I'm going to show you how I set it up based on what I've learned from watching Copy Blogger Media and just kind of basically deconstructing and trying to reconstruct their content conveyor belt system that they use. So let's head over. Okay, so I have just set it up. This is the staging version. They're going to give you a download, and she mentioned, now here's the quick start guide. So if I would highly recommend it. I know they put a bunch of time into it. I know it's real helpful. The other thing that I would like to point out is now they have added this, which is super helpful. And they have some quick answers. They have, how to launch a live domain, etc. So there's a lot of different helpful, like these are walkthroughs. If you see this, that means it's a walkthrough where it's actually going to walk you through step by step through the back end. And then you have others that these are videos, right? So you have, these are walkthroughs, this is a video, these are all videos, etc. Okay, so they're adding a lot of help, but they gave a lot of help at the beginning that they really never told anybody about, in my very humble estimation. So let's go ahead and we're going to say that this is we're just going to call it a membership site, and we're going to be in paid course. I have no idea where Ellen is, so I'm just going to put it for me, which is New York, but obviously you choose your time zone, right? And then immediately it's going to take us to the dashboard, which is a very integral or important, well, both part of Rainmaker. And I'm not going to worry about the tour because you can go through it, but it'll walk you through some important parts. It's going to point out the admin toolbar, which is this blue bar across the top. And it's going to give you some information about it. It's going to tell you what this big gear icon in the upper right, what that does for you, which is where your universal settings are located. It's also going to point through the design controls. It's going to walk you through the content editor. It basically just keeps on going, right? So what they're doing is they're showing you these are all the components of what you have to offer. And then it ends, I believe, with help, right? So this is the help button, and congratulations. So I'm going to choose a theme, and there are a bunch of options, obviously, and some of these may not be available in, well, no, I guess these all, yeah, because this is a new one, so it doesn't have any of them applied. Okay, it doesn't have any custom ones applied, is what I was talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose one. It starts with the Rainmaker Pro theme as stock. However, let's say that you want to use, the Altitude Pro theme, which is the one that I'm using, or the Beautiful Pro theme. See, it really boils down at this point. This is where you're going to get the first part of her question answered, which is my website homepage and have it look pretty. Now, the fastest way to accomplish this, where you have your website homepage up and running and you have it look pretty, is by choosing one of the designs that has the homepage setup and layout that you like, and then sticking to that setup and layout. So if we head back over to here, we could choose any of them. So let's say that she's looking to sell 2 different courses, and maybe on her homepage, she's looking to accomplish, I'm not sure what her goal is for her homepage. It could be, that you have 2 different landing pages, a sales landing page for the free and a sales landing page for the paid. So we will, and that your homepage, directs people to each of those, and that really your homepage is doing nothing more than branding otherwise. Now, for me, I set up my homepage on jasonhobbsllc.com, which I'll show you real quick. This is using the Altitude Pro theme, and this is stock. I mean, I made some light changes with some custom CSS, and I'm more than happy to give it to you, but none of it was applied to the homepage. Okay, so here is me interacting with clients, and the whole point of this is to walk you through and get you to do the first step. So I'm not even selling my free or paid here, my free or paid membership here. All I'm looking to do is start the conversation with you. If you want to be a part of my email conversation, I'm going to email you 1 time per week with my lesson, my main lesson from the prior week. And then I am going to do, and then anytime you want to hit reply to that email, I'm going to be there to answer personally. Okay. So, and then the other part is I'm going to give you access. The first thing that when you sign up for that, it's going to send you a welcome message or whatever. That's all that it really does, is it gives you this. It gives you this URL, and it brings you here to where I'm currently mapping my educational path, which, we all start out as strangers. Then we become, I attract your attention, or you attract your customer's attention or your audience member's attention, either way. And then you introduce yourself to me, and I introduce myself to you already, right? So you already kind of learned about me, and then you decide to introduce yourself, and now you're part of my community. And this is where the free membership that Ellen is talking about would come into play with mine. So I'm kind of playing it a little bit slower, quote unquote, if you want to play, slow play it or whatever. But what it really boils down to is you just want to have your path, your plan. So let me show you real quick. Let's go ahead and do a quick mind map, and I'm just going to do a new one. So the way that I have mine set up is that there's the home page, and then the call to action for it is go to my email list, right? And then I have a free product. All right, I'll learn to type at some point, I promise. All right, so this is the free membership, and then I also have a paid membership, because both of those are set up, right? So paid and free. Go ahead and call this up. All right, so we have both of them set up, and I want to show you real quick. So we'll head back over here, and we're going to go ahead and for now, we'll just go ahead and choose the Altitude Pro theme. We're going to go ahead and import the demo content. Okay, so content, widgets, and menus. So now we can head back out to view the site. Excellent. So it's already filled in with demo content, right? To kind of show you what the backgrounds are and show you what's what. Here is, 4 pricing columns. And the great thing is it shows you that it's a dynamic layout based on the number of widgets used in each area. And I had no idea about that. Like I'm using it, but it never dawned on me. So that they had this layout and all that. So that's very helpful. However, what I wanted to show was, if you look, it starts out automatically with a library. Now, this is the free member content, because anytime, okay, so let's go back. I should have shared this before, my bad. Let me go ahead and show you this. Okay, so let's set it up real quick on here. So that everyone is clear, because when I first started, I was completely unclear about how it should work, how a funnel, quote unquote, should work, right? So what we're looking to do is move them from free into the paid. I mean, end of the day, that's just how it works. And like with me, it actually goes like this. So you're gonna start here, and then we're gonna move you into the free, and then we're going to move you into the paid membership. All right. So for each of these, what all do they need? Well, they're going to have a product. They're going to have a sales page. They're going to have a, well, the checkout page is automatically built in. So you can use the default checkout page, no problem. So we're going to just do that. We're not going to try and reinvent the wheel. So we have a sales page for each. We have the actual product created for each. Okay. So we have a product and we have a sales page. And then what else we have is the success page. So they go and complete the transaction. They're going to then be sent to a page. Okay. So, and also you have to have in my book, I do it this way. So what that means is like I was showing you, they already have a library set up for the free product. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the stuff that they already put in there, and I'm repopulating it with my actual information about my free membership, right? Because in my setup, and Ellen, I don't know, you probably have an email list, and you're moving them into the free and the paid. Basically they're already on the email list, would be my guess. So you're already doing this, and I'm kind of doing it by having it on my my homepage. Focus is on the email list, and my focus is on the email list on the homepage. And then I know that the two things, as we start the conversation with me and my customer on the email list, that I'm able to move them into the free and into the paid. Ideally, right? And otherwise, I'm looking to move them away, because I understand that my solution is not for everyone by any means. Okay, so we have the free and we have the paid. We understand that each of them are pretty much going to have all 3 of these items. They're going to need a product, they're going to need a sales page, and they're also going to need a library page or a success page. And I'll show you real quick what I mean. Okay, so here is the free page, but let's head back to the back end so you can see. So we have under conversion, we have products, and we have the free content library, and that's already set up, and it's going to assign a member group of free. And let me show you when we edit it. You'll see here's the product description. Here is, it's a free product. The free member content library is the thank you page. So that means that as soon as they check out, it's going to automatically redirect them to the free member content library page, which we showed on the front end out here. So if I'm not an administrator, or if I don't have access to this course, it's not going to let me see this information without, it's going to prompt me to log in, or it's going to prompt me to sign up, right? So the other part is the email receipt. So this one's sending an email receipt to them, and you have available short codes and so forth. It has the free membership group. It's already applied, so we'll go ahead and we don't have to save it. let's go, use the new little green button, head back out to view all. So we also need the paid one, right? So this is the paid. And then, you know, your description goes here. You're going to need a select or, you know, a thank you page, right? So you're going to need somewhere for this to go. So let's hold off. Let's go ahead and do paid. We can send an email receipt. That's fine. And we're going to do that real quick. We'll say that this is a product or a subscription, or we'll say this is a subscription, 30 days. And we'll say it's $100 every month. You could do the, you know, so many payments if you want, but we're not going to do that in this instance. We're not offering a trial period, although we could, and we can make it X amount of days and, you know, show the price. And then once the trial period was over, then it would start charging the, you know, regular rate, right? But we're not going to do that just because we don't need it right here. So we go ahead and save that. Now let's head back out to and edit pages real quick. And you'll see checkout page, login page, just leave those. Don't worry about them. And then you're going to see the free member content library. I'm just going to duplicate that. And I'm going to make this the paid member library. And you can name it however you want. I'm just trying to show you that it can happen pretty quick. So this is the paid, and obviously you're going to want to change all of this stuff. I don't have the join the library yet, so let me. So it's linking to this page, which is basically they have it set up as the default sales page for your free membership. So they're saying, look, come sign up for the free membership right here. And what's going to happen is it's automatically, once they fill this out, they're going to submit it. And you see it automatically took me straight to the free member content library. Okay, so we have the free and we have the paid. Now the question is, you know, number one, how do you make the homepage look pretty? And number two, how do you make these pages look pretty? Well, my recommendation would be this. So let me go ahead and finish this paid member up because, okay, we're going to remove that just because we don't want it to work. And then we're going to change it up as far as paid. And then we'll go ahead and save that again. All right. Now we have that created. So we have the success page. So let me head back over to conversion right quick. I'm just going to edit that product real quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the proper select or the proper page, the proper page is selected. I grabbed water on my way in here, and somewhere I lost it on the way. So my apologies. I'm getting I'm getting cotton mouth for some reason. All right, all these lights, I guess. All right, so we go ahead and save that because we've chosen the paid member content library. So if someone signs up, they're actually going to be sent to the proper page. So that's good. But the best way to make this really easy or to make it really pretty is this. So they already have a sales page created, right? And you'll see it's using, which you're not going to get much prettier than that, in my very humble estimation. So I guess the recommendation that I would make would be you're going to want to head back over. So you're going to want to use a landing page for your paid product. And then you're going to want to use the other, just this regular, I just use this join our free content library membership. And you'll see if you go, when we head back out front real quick so I can show it to you, that you know, all that they're saying to add some bullets is just give them a couple of ideas, you know, as concisely as possible. What do they get from joining your membership? What do they get out of this free membership, you know, as part of this member content, the free member content library? And then below it is the call to action is basically, hey, just go ahead and get joined, right? So we have this. I'd use it, and I would keep it very simple. And then, and obviously this is going to be styled based on which of the design templates that you choose. This is not styled based on the design template that you choose. If you, okay, so this is one where it was, this page, excuse me, this page was created. If you go to landing pages, it was created using this pre-built template, and it was this one, the monument sales page. So I normally use the landing page builder, and if you use it, you'll find down here under the settings tab that you're able to select any of the different ones. So like monument, this was the monument design, but there were also, you know, oh, I can't think of any of them, but there's like 5 or 6 different ones, and you can actually, from a drop down, you can choose which way you want to have it styled. My point being, you have 5 or 6 at your disposal. So if you want to create a new landing page for your site, all that you have to do is go to, you know, add new landing page, choose the template builder, and say, this is a sales page, but I don't know which one I want to design it with, or, you know, style it with. And you'll see the template style. You're able to use your current theme that you've chosen. So I chose Altitude Pro in this instance. I could use it, or I could use Adventure, Lead Generator, Monument, which that other one was, you know, the example, etc. And I'm just going to keep the example for now because it does look good to me. Real good, actually. So let me head back over here to the paid. And remember, we removed that link. And what this link does is if you're not registered, it'll send you to the sales page in order for you to make a decision and go ahead and get signed up, right? So let me go ahead and save that. Okay, so we have the paid member content library, and we have the free sign up page. So here's the library, and because I have access as an administrator, I am able to see everything. But you could always add a call to action, or you could do really however you prefer, as far as to, because you're going to basically, your funnel I hope you guys could see that. I keep forgetting to say present to everyone, and I don't understand why. Oh man, that's annoying. Because I don't know if you saw it. I'm guessing you did. All right, so we're just going to assume that you did and hope for the best. All right, so here is the little funnel thing. So let's just go ahead and get rid of all that. And let's say that we have a paid and we have a free. And the way that these work is you go to a sales page for the free membership, and then you're going to click the call to action button, and that's going to take you to the checkout page. Actually, no. Actually, sorry, this is right. I gotta get better at answering these questions live. This is horrible. My apologies for just being all over the place. And then I keep forgetting to hit present to everyone. Ugh. All right, so let's try this one more time. We have the paid. We have the free. The free is going to, they're going to click a call to action or whatever, but they're going to get to your sign up page for your free membership. And then they're going to sign up there. And then this will lead to that. But here, you're not going to the checkout page because you're signing up on the actual page itself. So now you're going from the sign up page, you click the button once you have all your info, and it takes you straight to the library, which is, this is the page that they keep coming back to when they need any information. So we go ahead and create a connection because it's going to take you here, right? And then that's where they're going to come every time that they return to your site and they want something from this specific course. They're going to return to that one page. So, and I said course, but it's just the membership. By having access to the membership and getting, basically getting the sticker put on them of a free member, what is going to be available to them on this page. That's what it's the point, right? And then if you're looking at it, I guess, it pretty much goes, free, and then we have you move through the paid. Now, the sales page I would make with the landing page builder. And then you have the click call to action button on that landing page, what's going to take you to the checkout page, which will then take you to the success page. Okay. And then, so we can do like this if we want. And keep in mind that the success page here is the paid library. So let me go ahead and make AKA the paid library page. Okay, so that sets up the two quote unquote funnels, right? So you have the free where they're basically going to go to a page, you're free, let me go back. Honestly, I can walk you through this. It's going to take me forever, it seems. So let me head back over here. I'm running out of time. But if you have further questions at all, definitely just shoot me an email, jason@jasonhobbsllc.com, and I'll be more than happy to fill in any gaps or whatever. Because your main question, or the main question that Ellen was asking, was more of a case of, how do I make everything look pretty? And the main way that you're going to do that, Ellen, is by choosing something that you like as far as the design template. Because if you have something you like, you're not going to have to make as many tweaks or changes to it. And you'll find that there's two ways you can do it. There's the styles, which is the Design Palette Pro. And that's they have that available for a handful, 5, 6, 7 of the 27 or whatever, or 30 design templates available, and they keep adding additional ones over time. So that's possibly an option depending on which of the design templates that you choose for your site. The other option is some custom CSS, and that would go under design. You're going to put that under design. Under custom CSS, you're just going to copy and paste it, or write it in here and save the style sheet, and then that's going to reflect on your site. But you cannot reflect custom CSS on your not from this box anyway, on your landing pages if you were to try, because I tried, it didn't work. All right, so we have the pages put together. So if we head back over to the edit pages, we have the join our free content library membership. That's where, that's the free sales page, if you will, the free sign up page, because it has the sales copy there and it's being treated as the sales page, but also it has the actual form on it. Then the next thing from there is it's going to send them to the free member content library. And then we have the sales page under landing pages that we're currently using, or we're going to use technically in this instance, we're using for the free, or I'm sorry, for the paid membership. So, and you can put testimonials, and you can add and you can subtract, and as far as the different stuff, if you decide to edit the landing page, you'll see that you can bring in additional. Oh, okay. Because it's set up that way, it doesn't have the builder built in. All right, but you can change the pricing table from 3 to 4 to 5 to 1, however you want. They have it set up as 3 different pricing columns, if you will. Okay, so you have this. This is where you're going to sell it. This is going to become pretty based off of your decision on the design template for when you decide to make your landing page. Because remember, you have 2 options when you create the landing page. You have the builder and you have the pre-built templates. So each of these has a one of the designs, one of the pre-built templates, or one of the pre-built designs applied to it automatically. So this has influence design, this has the tropical design, this has the influence design, this has the monument design, etc. But in this one is the quick email opt-in, and this is the sales page for monument, which is the example that we were looking at. So currently that's what this example is using. So that was my first attempt at answering a question on here that was a little bit more in depth than just a simple question, so to speak, one where there were moving parts and all, and I did horribly. I understand that. It was definitely a case where it's not as complicated as everyone makes it out to be. And I know you're probably going, yeah, I just watched you for 40 minutes make it look super complicated. But it isn't. And I'm going to have to redo a video that actually shows that, look, it's not that complicated. The issue, and that's probably where the next video is going to come in, is it's probably finally going to answer Ellen's question, but we'll start dealing with some of the just simple tweaks. I want to show you how to make some very mild tweaks to the design, because you're going to have to choose a design, a custom design template you're going to use with Rainmaker. And you want to try and let that handle as much of the design as humanly possible. I know it's your website, it's your baby, it's your business, it's important to you. You want to put your best foot forward. You want it to, all of these things. I get all that. However, this is the biggest possible time suck that you could ever come across. Well, maybe not ever come across, but it's a huge time suck. It's a huge potential time suck. It sucked years away from me. And I've watched a lot of other people. Why is my nose so white? Sorry about that. I don't know why my nose is suddenly. I promise I haven't been doing coke this morning. No, I mean, seriously, I haven't. So, hopefully that was a little bit helpful, Ellen. I mean, my apologies. If you have follow-up questions, let me know. And probably tomorrow what I'm going to do is come back at this question again and do it in a more concise and more consistent way. Because basically what I did was I saw the question first thing and I was like, oh, I want to answer that. And then I was like, well, I haven't really planned to answer. And oh no, I'll work my way through it. Don't do that. Have your answer planned out before you get here, Jason. So it is right at 9 a.m. I greatly appreciate you taking your time to spend a couple of minutes with me this morning. Hopefully I was a little bit helpful with helping you kind of understand the back end of Rainmaker. And hopefully, if nothing else, if I do nothing else from this video of me, basically flailing around, if nothing else comes of this, please take this one thing away. You can do it with Rainmaker. You're doing yourself a favor when you don't try and change everything. Try and use the design as is. Focus on your message. It's your message that is going to make people decide whether or not they want to become part of your free membership. And then if they want to upgrade to your paid membership. It's not going to be based on the look It's going to be based on the message. Now, I know the look is going to play a part. I get all of that, but it's not 100% of it. It's not even, 60% of it. It's not 30% of it in my humble estimation. In my very humble estimation, the ability to get people to convert and to take an action has nothing to do with the look, it being pretty. It has to do with the user experience and the user interface and getting them. Is it obvious to them what you want them to do, the action that you want to take? And is it obvious to them how to take that action? That's the key. If you do that, pretty's irrelevant, right? And I'm not picking on you about the pretty part, because we all do it. I mean, we all want to put our best foot forwards, especially when it's your business and it's your livelihood, etc. I totally get that. So Jason at jasonhobbsllc.com if you have further questions, which you probably will, because I really didn't even talk about like custom CSS or whatever. So tomorrow I'm going to come back at this question and we're going to see if I can do it better. So thank you. You rock. I don't care what they say about you. And seriously, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully it was at least, if nothing else, you're like, well, if that idiot can do it, I can do crazy stuff with it. So, because that's true. You can. I'll see you tomorrow.